understood, we thought that that's what life was all about. It's just about struggle. And then we found out that that's really not true. It's just not true. That in fact, life is joy. Life is bliss. It's really joy in flow. And we could understand that because that's sometimes in our life we've had joy, we've had bliss, we've had that. But it really still comes and goes. Life is like this computer. It really depends who's running it, who's in control. And when the mind is in control, it's a mess, it's a turmoil. Life is just full of ups and downs, pains, pleasures. It's just drama, one drama after the next, one thing after the next. Life, what a way to live in the mind, just in the mind, trapped in the mind, trapped in the me. And that has been our experience for so long, such a habitual experience to be wrapped up and totally caught in our emotions and feelings and thoughts and our health problems, pains, aches, pains, all of that. And then when we think we don't have any aches and pains, we think, oh, that's good, that's normal life, natural life. See, life is much more than the absence of pain. It's much more than the you could say even more than the evenness of the mind and emotions. And it's good, it's beautiful just to be in the being and be, let's say, a witness to, separate from the experiences in the body, mind, and life that come and go, that are changing, always changing. But there's even much more to life than that. There's much more that this body, your body, really is. It has been, we've become so conditioned that even when we wake up to being unbounded consciousness itself, that conditioning comes in, and it still seems to not be fully able to allow the whole life to really flow in joy in the way it's supposed to flow. And so we just put up with it. But we should know that the whole body that you're living in, whole body mind that you're living in fact, all of the perceptions you perceive as the world out here, really, there's something more profound about that reality than even just the unbounded witness, the unbounded consciousness, the unbounded being that the I is, that the self is. Awakening to the unbounded being is the first step in the movement to enlightenment, in the unfoldment of enlightenment. But it's the most important, because you have to be consciousness, you have to be what you are as the presence, the stillness, the silence, the unbounded field in which all of your perceptions are contained. The whole surroundings around us here and now is really within yourself, within your being. You are the field of awareness, pure awareness, in which this whole life around us here, the space, the air, everything is contained in that awareness, that pure awareness that has no central point. It is unbounded, completely unlocalized. And the body-mind that we've been so accustomed to calling me is just well, we could say it is a central point. It's sort of the central point, you could say, for experience, for experiencing. But all experience happens through or within the field of unbounded awareness. And it happens through the body-mind that seems to be the perceiver and the experiencer. And so we'll just leave it as like that for now, even though that's not really the reality, because there really is no experiencer experiencing or experience in that same sense that we've felt it to be from the perspective of being an individual experiencer, experiencing an experience. But it's really, you could say, all one thing. It's all one thing. It's all one flow. It's all one flow of life, flow of joy. And that's really what we are. We are the whole total flow of life in motion, which is joy. It's pure joy. And we've slipped out of that. And now we're coming back to that remembrance of what we are, just by becoming more awake to what is, more awake to the reality that is right here now, all around us in the flow of perceiving and experiencing, the perceiving that is happening right now through the senses, through the eyes seeing, and through the ears hearing, the whole body feeling the heart feeling, the feelings feeling, everything feels, just feels. It's I could say it's like contained within the seeing. There is feeling. So we feel whatever we see, we feel. Because whatever we see, we are. So we feel what we are. And this whole space around us is a space of just, I could say, lively feeling. Lively feeling. It's the big heart of being. The big heart of our being is everywhere in the space around us here. Now, in the presence, in the liveliness, in the presence, liveliness of the silence in the space all around us. So this is where the I am, and this is where the feeling is. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It culminates here at the point of, or begins, doesn't, and ends at the point of the individual body-mind appearance, but it's really everywhere around us. It's really being itself, experiencing itself, feeling itself, knowing itself, and just being more full within itself, being warm within itself, so it feels these very, very fine, tender, innermost feelings that majority of the time the mind overlooks. The mind is so habituated to either thinking through the intellect or feeling emotions through the emotions, and due to that it misses the depth of the expanded unboundedness of the flow of feeling, the flow of fine feeling that is just the whole presence in the room around us here, wrapping itself around itself, around you. It's just wrapping itself around you. It's just showering its love upon you at all times, upon itself, really. It's doing that upon itself, just going more deeply into itself at every point, everywhere in the whole space, all around us here now, just caressing itself. And so this is the, let's say, the extension or the quantum field reality of our own fine feelings that is out here in the whole space all around us that we've been missing, almost completely missing the real, most precious, most beautiful part of our self, our infinite being, our infinite total being, and not just the impartial, silent witness that is witnessing impartially and silently there at the underlying basis of all existence that is here now, supporting, upholding everything in the whole space around us, which is just the stillness, the pure stillness, the pure concentrated stillness that is everywhere. It's our own awareness, our own awareness, our own pure awareness that is that absolute non-moving, non-doing, just pure field of being, pure stillness that is everywhere, all around, that is myself. It is the self itself. It is awareness itself. It is pure awareness, just on its own level, where it's not moving, not doing, not knowing anything, but it is everything. It is everything. And then there's the presence. We say there's stillness in the room, and there's a presence in the room around us. So this presence in the room around us here now, it's a lively presence. It's stillness, knowing itself. It's stillness, feeling itself. When it gets to know itself a little better, it's stillness, feeling, embracing, caressing, warming, so warm. It's so beautiful because it's the unbounded heart of being in there that is really beating in the perpetual flow of the experience of itself, just being awake to itself everywhere within itself. It's just falling back upon itself and opening itself to finer and finer values of itself, and all of the stress and tension of life experience, it gets just whisked away in that unbounded ocean that is just flowing and unfolding right in front of us now, all around us, in waves of experience of itself, beyond the perceptions, beyond the sensations, beyond the feelings, beyond the mind. This is what's taking place. The whole being is just caressing itself, caressing itself. It's loving itself in a beautiful, pure love, just a pure love. And so it's that heart, if we can get away from the emotional heart, get out of the emotional heart, get out of the physical perceptions, get out of the mental images and thoughts, and get more deeply into the flow of divine intelligence. It's really divine intelligence that is wrapping itself around itself, holding itself, caressing itself, supporting the appearance and really appearing as the appearance of all of this. So it's not, don't really have to transcend anything, because it's right out here in front of us. The whole divine reality of our being is just right in front of us, just in this seeing that's happening, because the feeling pervades the seeing, and the seeing can see everything in the surroundings. So the feeling, the fine feeling, pervades and permeates the whole surroundings all around us here. So we just be so simple, innocent, let go, allow everything just to be just like it is, and begin to experience more of the finer reality of ourselves, the finer flow of the beautiful. It's the interstices of being itself. It's the interstices of infinity that we call it divinity. We call it divinity because this is what there is, and it's just such a beautiful, quiet, loving feeling, you could say, that begins to emerge, that we can pick up, because it's been here all along. It's just been here all along. It's just that we haven't been looking in there. We haven't been seeing it. We haven't been awake to it. But that beautiful divine feeling, divine, more than a feeling, it's divine life, has been underlying and pervading and permeating everything and appearing as everything all along. Only we were just so caught up in our little problems, our little life situations, our thoughts, our emotions, and we cramped ourselves in a little me that couldn't really experience what we really were as this total field of the unbounded flow of divine life that is just beginning to show its face a little. Maybe just its toenail. But that's good. That's good enough. It's okay. At least we know that there's something there. And so we could say, oh well, this is just a mood. We're creating a mood. But I don't believe that, and don't you believe that? Because underlying all moods, there is divinity. There is pure divinity. And so the more we get out of our mind and our emotions and just the overshadowing experience of life, itself, then we begin to live. We just begin to live. You know? So this is what it's more about, coming back to the finer, most beautiful state of silent awareness, silent, pure awareness that is awake to its own tenderness, awake to its own flow of knowing, which is its fine level of feeling. When it gets to know that more deeply, it unfolds it more and more and more. So it's a really beautiful thing that transpires in awareness itself, in that pure, unbounded field of just awareness itself, that is not caught in the boundaries of the little mind and the me, but completely free and open to experience itself as it really is, just as you really are. So more of the really fine, beautiful qualities of our being can begin to permeate, begin to penetrate through all the stresses and all of the tensions and pains and suffering that we've been experiencing in our lives, and just begin to swarm up the whole body-mind with that healing balm of just fine, divine flow of life. It's a healing balm. It heals the whole body, the mind. It heals the headaches, the pains in the neck. It heals everything. And we just be with that more and more. Let go completely. Just fall back into the warmth of my being, the warmth of pure being itself. And we can even do better than that. We can, not that you have to do, not that there's a you doing better or not so good. There's no you there doing that. There's no me doing that. We just let go. And then the more of the being that you really are begins to emerge. That's all. And that emergence of the being that you are in reality, it's pure perfection. It's pure perfection that we're opening up to something, not just something, the only thing that is real. The only thing that is real. And that is, in truth, in reality, it is perfection. It's absolute perfection. And the more we open up to that truth, that reality, the more it begins to get infused into the imperfect ideas and thoughts and feelings and sensations of the whole mind and body here that we've been thinking is just an individual body. But it's not individual. It's not just individual. Because the more we open to that pure perfection of life, the more we find that is it's just infinite divine being. It's divine being. And so this is the thing. This is it. open up more and more to what we really are and be that. Sit back, be it, be being itself, and the more the being can be with itself, all by itself, on its own level, the more its perfection gets infused into the life experience. And so, we're not alone anymore. We're not alone. We're not a person. We're not an individual person out there in the world struggling anymore. We open up to the total divine reality that is the flow of nature. It is nature. It is the force of evolution. That is really perfection unfolding. It's the unfoldment of perfection. And so this is what we're moving in and to and towards. We can say more and more of that. And this is the ticket. The ticket is to be with the being. Be with the unbounded, pure being that is just so expanded, so unbounded, so vast, so infinite. Mind cannot comprehend it. Mind can't comprehend it. And drop back to that even further and allow it to to purge the whole body mind, burnish all of the imperfections, all of the damages, all of the stresses, the impressions that we've created due to our experience of just incorrect experience of thinking I am just this individual person. It's a false identification. We've been falsely identified with just the individual aspect of the body-mind, when in truth it's unbounded and infinite. Not only the self is unbounded and infinite, but the whole body-mind is unbounded and infinite. It's the real treasure that is within the chest of infinity. It is the real divine treasure in the chest of infinity that we open up to. That is the true reality of the body-mind and its perceptions of the whole world out here. So we don't want to sell ourselves short. Don't want to be caught. It's like we've been in just the small ideas of ourselves, and we get into the habit, just a habit of dominantly experiencing the wavering mind, all of the thoughts and feelings and emotions, all that. But that's not what's really, it's not really what thoughts and emotions and feelings and perceptions and being in the first place. All of that are experiencing that has been taking place through our senses, our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, our perceptions, everything has really been the flow, we could just say the flow of divine intelligence. What more can we say? It's been flowing. We've only been experiencing it through narrow channels. That's all. All we have to do, we just expand our channels of experiencing. And then we find that we are the presence in the space around us that is really the flowing stillness that is caressing itself. It's just feeling itself. It's loving itself. It's opening up more and more to the fullness of itself. And this is right here now, in the whole space around us. So the heart is everywhere. It's everywhere. And it is divine. It is divine. The whole field of life everywhere. It's divine, the whole substratum, and really right on the surface of life, because that fineness of our being permeates, penetrates, pervades, appears as all of this. It's all of this in appearance, everything, everywhere. And so we don't have to change, we don't have to make a mood, that everything is so wonderful and all of that and all of it. No, we just simply experience what is. Experience life as it really is, along with all of the mind's ideas and the perceptions. It can still have its crazy ideas. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Because the whole field of our life, our being, is opened up to something so incredibly beautiful. And even just a peep into that is enough to know that there's something there. Something there. We don't want to get into the habit of desiring it more and more, because that desire for it just simply gets in the way of the pure flow of it. And so we just simply be awake to what is right here and now. Be awake to the finest levels of our feeling that are most tender and beautiful and actually omnipresent. They pervade the whole field of experience all around us. So the whole atmosphere around us, really it is, we could say, charged with love, charged with the energy of love and fullness. Just fullness, more fullness, more fullness. So this means all of the little atoms in the whole environment around us, they're just little, we could say, whirling swirling flows of bliss and joy. It's these swirling flows of bliss and joy that design the appearance of the whole world. They just take the shape of that. And so we're made out of bliss. We're made out of joy. Everything is. The whole world, all the universe is constructed out of bliss. Pure bliss. So, don't we deserve a little bit of that experience? Of course we do. It's our birthright. It's our birthright for everyone to experience what they truly are. So, this is so beautiful, so beautiful. We're there on that level. I can say it's just a beautiful life. It's perfection. It's perfection. So let it be with that. Be with it. Not even so much the feeling that is here, but even finer to the pure, wakeful awareness that is the still, the pure stillness, pure still awareness that is falling back, that is surrendering. It's just surrendering to something so precious, and in that surrender, unfolding more and more of that preciousness, of the most important reality of life. We've been restricting and hiding, but let's open up more here now, just to what we really truly are, and just allow